Hey, hello, howdy, how you doing? This is obviously a little different than my normal videos, but I was messing around with some challenges in Project Zomboid and wanted to show you guys this. If you read the title and clicked the video, obviously you know this is centered around the You Have One Day challenge, where you're spawned into a small map and around 24 hours to loot the area and build up defenses before zombies are spawned in at the outskirts, working their way towards your location. It's a little different than a typical PZ playthrough, but it's a nice little time waster. Well, today I'm going to show you how you can cheese the game so hard that it'll actually crash Project Zomboid. That's right, we're taking a page out of Spiffing Brit's playbook for this one. So for starters, this is an entirely vanilla setup. No mods, just the challenge, meaning literally anyone can pull this off. For an occupation, you'll want to go carpenter. You'll need carpentry level 3 for this to work, so this is the best way to get that. Moving to traits, I went with the following. For negatives, I chose illiterate, thin-skinned, restless sleeper, slow healer, claustrophobic, pacifist, sleepyhead, and Sunday driver. For positives, I went with dexterous, outdoorsman, which is essential for this, iron gut, light eater, lucky, fast learner, low thirst, stout, and athletic. If you're looking at this like those are some really strange choices for traits, how the hell are you going to survive endless waves of zombies with something like pacifist? It's intentional, and I'll show you in a couple minutes. Now, to prove that this setup can be done within 24 hours, I'm not going to cut out any of the original gameplay from day one. So, starting off right away, we have a checklist of items that we need. In no particular order, we need at least 42 planks, 1 axe, 1 hammer, 1 box of nails, seeds, preferably cabbage or potatoes, 1 saw, a trowel or shovel, and some type of knife. And this one isn't a need, but for content's sake, I added a digital watch to this list so that we can see how many days I've survived for. This sounds like a lot, but the map is actually really small. There's only 2 hardware stores that will look to get 90% of the gear, but to start off, I found a meat cleaver in the kitchen, so there's the knife we need. After leaving the house, we're going to head down to this little shack in the park that can sometimes spawn hammers and saws, where we're actually going to find a ball-peen hammer, so check that off the list as well. Now we can make our way to the first hardware store, where we're going to find basically everything we need. At this point, all we need is some planks, but I'll work on that in a couple hours. For now, I'm going to work on looting as much of the area as I can for food and water. The more food I have available, the less I'll need to rely on other aspects of my plan. At around noon, I made it to what would become my impenetrable base. I dropped all my shit off here and went back into town for some more looting. Around 6 p.m., I started cutting down trees for planks. Like I said earlier, I needed at least 42 planks to pull this off. After gathering up all my resources, I started building out my platform. I think a lot of you can see where we're going with this. Basically, after I build this platform, I can fully barricade myself in using the fence crate fence trick. This way, zombies can't break their way in. Now, let me explain the process here. Once I have the platform built, I can actually start disassembling the wood floor, which creates a dirt square. I can then use my shovel to dig furrows on that dirt and use that to plant my crops. I have enough food to survive while my crops grow, so food will never be an issue for me. Now for the water. If you drink pond or lake water, you'll get queasy, but you won't actually do enough damage to make you sick. Now throw an iron gut, and you're completely safe from sickness caused by drinking this kind of tainted water. During testing for this, I was able to go to parched, which is -70, and still not get sick when drinking pond water. Now if you're thinking, won't you catch a cold from the rain? That's why we went with the outdoorsman trait, which makes it practically impossible to get sick from rain. Quick tip with this as well, you can also craft spears as long as you have materials available, and stab zombies through the blockade. But yeah, I was able to survive around 14 days until the game became so unstable that... Anyway, I hope this helped. This was a lot of fun to mess around with, and hopefully it'll provide some entertainment to you guys if you want to try this on your own or any variations of this. Like I said earlier, this was done with a completely vanilla setup, so I'm sure adding mods can make this much more enjoyable. But I'm interested to see what you all think of this. If you like this style, I'd love to make a couple videos of how we can absolutely cheese every scenario in Project Zomboid. As always, thanks to my patrons who make this all possible, and I appreciate you all. Thanks for stopping by.